upon the icy expanse of Rhen Var, Vaan and Max, cautious of their comrades, conspire to flee the desolate planet. Meanwhile, Griff and Sirena traverse the base, encountering an unsettling disturbance in the corridors. Unbeknownst to them, Griff's long-lost clone comrade, Spectre, leads a daring expedition into a mysterious sinkhole within the Rhen Var hangar base. Griff's bravery drives him to join Spectre's perilous journey, confronting danger head-on. Chaos ensues as peril lurks in the shadows. Spectre narrowly escapes a deadly fall from the expanding sinkhole, thanks to the swift actions of Vaan and Griff. With danger averted, Vaan, Griff, Max and Sirena grapple with the foreboding sensation below. As tensions escalate, Gemma, the resilient blind survivor from the Citadel, brings news of Valandra's briefing.
Not sure if you guys had a chance to look at the recap, but it did explain what happened last episode. If not, good luck.
I remember we had gone down that hole and got a bunch of Jedi artifacts. I think I'm dual wielding lightsabers now, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
Your arms have just been replaced with lightsabers, actually, is what happened.
I'm pulling a Darth Sidious or whatever that guy is, that robot dude who's coughing obnoxiously all the time
Grievous.
for some reason that doesn't make any
Grievous.
sense at all. Grievous, yes.
He's an android.
That's him.
He-
Yeah, I know.
He's a chain smoker, that's why.
Yeah, he's a chain-smoking robot android.
It's-
But I have 8 lightsabers.
It's one of those things where it's like, you know what's really needs to happen when you tell stories in multiple mediums is you need to make sure that if you don't expect others to be aware of those mediums, that you explain it in your actual movie. Otherwise, people don't have any idea what the hell's going on. But, you know, that's me. Wild as it sounds. Like Grievous was something they spent a lot of time in like, I think novels and stuff, if I remember correctly, in that era. So like, because I remember, I think I went to that in the theater and people like clapped and I'm like, what are people? Why are people clapping? Because this robot thing's on screen. What am I missing here? So, anyways,
You're missing the really, really paralyzingly low IQ needed to entertain the masses.
yeah. Well, it was well done. Again, I think they didn't think about how those things reflected on screen. I will say I watched episode 3 again recently, and I was actually pretty impressed with that one. But the other two are, you know, they're not my
I can't remember what happened I can't remember what happened in episode 3, to be honest.
Other
Like
than you know what it was? I enjoyed the whole movie until that stupid no at the end, and then I hated it. So, yeah.
Get off my fucking lawn. Yeah. See, that's quality. Those 45-second G.I. Joe shorts, those are better than like almost the entire series.
Indeed.
And I say that with all due respect to the creators of them, without any respect at all. So none, I guess,
Speaking
to be
of
fair.
Rodney Dangerfield, no respect. I don't get no respect.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I remember we had a whole conversation about like stuff and you being like force sensitive and
I don't.
kind of-
I
we
don't
kind
because
of,
like we talked about the girl too, right? But like I don't think
Yep.
anyone said any. I don't think anyone like said force sensitive, but I mean I think that was kind of like
you
the
said
implication.
you see things. I think you have
Yeah,
visions,
yeah, I
think
do,
is what
yeah.
you said.
There was alluded to stuff, but I don't think any of
Yeah,
those
we
words were
didn't say anything out
Yeah.
loud,
Yeah.
but I think we
No.
all understood what we were alluding to because I said,
absolutely.
you know, my last station was at the Jedi Academy on Coruscant.
Yes. Yes, and so and then that's what and Max is kind of internally he's thinking, okay, like you know that you so he despite the fact he didn't ask you, he's thinking to himself, you obviously rescued this girl from the Jedi Academy or probably as a Jedi or something when like all that shit went sideways, and so that's his assumption. He's not saying it out loud, right? But because the three of us had that kind of conversation, well, and the girl, we kind of have a little bit of a confederacy kind of going now at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of I think the point that we got to
Yep.
is that
Yeah.
we were all like, okay, like we're in this together a bit and we can trust each other.
Yep.
Yes, agreed. Minus the trust part.
And the in this together part too.
Yeah, and that part.
So you're not in this together and you don't trust anyone. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
That is correct.
All
Hey,
right.
Roberto, what are we up to?
Right. Yeah. So, as mentioned, the very last thing that happened was Jaima was seen rounding the corner here. You
Oh, right,
caught her,
yes.
and then she came and told you all that they were ready for you in the briefing. They're ready for you for. the
Oh,
briefing.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, and we were getting a collective. I think our kind of collective idea, if I remember correctly, again, is that we generally kind of don't trust what's going on here, or whatever is happening here doesn't quite play with whatever the other stuff was, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, I think.
There's what they've been telling us. It's not above board, I guess, is what I'm very poorly trying to explain. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the conclusion and suspicion you guys had. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, so the game is on pause. If you guys want to make your way, I don't think Sirena is gonna go, so she'll part ways with their dad, Griff, and make her way.
All right, let's head to the meeting, guys.
Do. Run! See if this works. Yeah, that's not bad. I find as long as you're not going in around a corner, the dragging option works decently.
Yeah, the dragging option is a little faster if you're not going around corners.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you can get a straight shot to wherever you're going. You attempted to move in with a wall. Oh, the game got paused.
Assuming you're traveling together.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to move.
Where is it now? Where are we? So is it?
The game just paused.
straight
Oh, there
down?
we go.
Yeah.
Didn't thrill us.
Are you going with them, Mark?
Oh, sorry, it was paused again. I don't understand. Okay.
It's not anymore.
Yeah. So
Okay. Yep.
I just want to we don't have to do the movement on map unless we're doing something specific. Just trying to get a feel for what's gonna work. I do wanna make sure though, we'll figure it out.
What?
I just want to make sure that I don't know. It's weird. If we're not all on the same page, we got some people moving, some not. If there's something that comes up or whatever, it won't be clear. are you guys together or not? So we can always do more like theater of the mind if that works better, and use the maps more as high level visuals, or we can do like the navigating around. Either works for me. Save like the careful navigation more for dungeons and stuff, I guess. For like bases and things you're infiltrating or exploring versus like yeah. I just want to try and figure out what's going to work better. So
I don't mind using the map. I find it it stuttery sometimes. Like sometimes I move and I won't move, or like it pauses randomly and then I can't move, or it resets and I have to keep on moving.
Yeah, usually I'll pause it when someone gets drastically out of range of everybody else, just in case something is decided or happens, so I can make sure, like if you guys are like, oh, we're gonna walk together, but then there's like Flint's up at the very top while you guys have moved a whole bunch, I'm gonna like pause it to get you guys back together again.
Got it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Okay. So you come into the room and pretty much everyone is here, with the exception of some of the like non-combatants, like the Kaminoans not present. You also obviously don't see the one they were called the tortured one.
Yeah, do we have any idea where he is right now? Like, is he did the understanding we have is he like in a med bay somewhere? Because like he needed medical attention last time we saw him, right?
Yeah, that's your understanding, is he's here on base. Yep.
But we don't actually know he's in a med bay, though, do we?
Not
like I'm not saying like I'm getting like a conspiracy theory ish, but I'm like we like the understanding was that he was taken to a med bay, but we don't actually know though, right? Because like we haven't gone and seen him in a med bay.
Correct.
Okay.
That's right.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I just wanted to just make sure.
Yep. All good. And of course, there'll be some kind of referencing Kanol, like Mike and Dave, but it's we're gonna make sure that they're kind of put in the shadow a little bit more for this, since they're not role playing.
Yeah.
The assumption is though that they're actually here now, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna try to include people when they're gone, just because it just
we would
doesn't
have
make
to.
sense not to. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
And they are present. Their tokens are here and here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, Paul, the first thing you'd notice is that Spectre is wearing his armor.
Interesting.
And the token's been updated to represent that.
Yeah.
Once you all get here, Valandra steps forward and says, all right, this looks like everyone. Feel free to join us. She kind of motions to the three of you that are kind of awkwardly in the hall.
Are people like those all the people that are there, Bob? Are they? I can't see. I can't move this stupid thing. There we go. Are they standing? Are they sitting like in chairs, or is this just like a loose arrangement of people who are kind of just standing around?
It looks more like a loose arrangement. Yeah, everyone's kind of standing.
Sorry. Okay, so from where I am right now, who's the person two to my left?
Two to your
I can't.
Two to the north of you.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, to the north.
She was on the ship with us, Mark.
She was the
she was
the one that you saw under surgery.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize the picture on the icon. So she was the one who pretended to be a Jedi, to be that one Jedi leader, but wasn't, right?
And it's possible it's possible you haven't seen her again since. Like you saw her while she was undergoing surgery. And
we haven't seen her again since, or I don't remember having seen her since. So she would be almost be new to me then to look at her now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Actually, were you the one? Who was the one that succeeded and thought that she looked like Amidala?
It was me.
Yeah. Okay. That was you. Okay. Okay. At that point, Valandra steps forward and says, "All right, thanks everyone for coming." And I wanted to offer my gratitude on behalf of us Reclaimers. We understand that infiltrating a base like this is dangerous and not without risk. So
That's true.
she says, let's give a hand to our volunteers. And a lot of the men begin to clap, right? You're like, you might hang on the word volunteer here.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, that seems a bit like.
Yeah. I'm like, no thanks. Yeah, whatever.
That seems a bit much, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. After a couple of seconds, she says, we'll be dividing into 3 teams. The first team will be your entrance and exit. It'll be led by myself in support of Kanol Navar. And she points to Dave's character. We'll be dropping you off at the entry point and extracting you 20 minutes after you enter.
Also, it's timed too now.
We don't know what kind of tech they have inside, or what the complete nature of the base is. It seems perhaps like they dealt in either manufacturing or something. But it is well armored and well guarded. As noted, it's the first place we tried to settle, and we lost a few of our men in the process. That's before we found this place. She says, Team 2 will be your distraction. They're putting themselves at risk, just the same as the rest of you. Be many of our men, he says. As well as, she motions to these 3, who are still using their fake names. So, when she calls them out, can you guys roll like con to see if you pick that up? Which is under what?
It's a perception skill, I believe.
It's perception, yeah, it is.
I don't have it, Bob. So, like, are we just rolling perception then?
Yeah, roll perception if you don't.
Okay.
Right,
I did not too bad.
Yeah, you know the ploy. I think Flint. The reason why you scored so high is like, that's smart. I'm gonna make note of that. You know, it's like they use the.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. So I'm like, that's great.
Yeah. So she refers to them not as Sabe, Typho, and Tonra, but by the bounty hunter names. And for Sabe, she says, I can't remember the name of the Padme's hand that gets exploded in the 3rd movie, but she uses another name. And it's that person. I'll look it up after.
Mm-hmm.
She says, they will be leading an assault on the front of the structure. This will leave room for the infiltrators to enter through the back door. We're relying on Spectre to get everyone inside, and command for Team 3 will be led by Griff and our volunteers. Do you go by Griff? Even to her? Like, I think you did, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, she says, are there any questions?
I don't have any
wondering if
questions.
there's some trooper armor I can borrow or have.
Spectre actually smiles at that and he says, I was waiting for you to ask. And he actually goes over to, there's like a small crate over here, and he pulls it out. And he says, I had to do some refitting. It's not quite fully to your size. He's like, and then with that he
Extra medium.
he smiles.
Extra medium.
Extra medium.
Extra medium.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what's our loadout like?
So Valander will say, we have a sparing number of legacy blaster rifles.
That just means old, right?
Do you say that in character?
Here, let me see if
Blast rifles.
You
mean old, right?
let me see if it slipped out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did. Like I tried to say it under my breath, I say it too loud.
I'll chuckle at that when Max says that. I'm like,
yeah,
like noticeably, and I don't really care who hears me. That's funny.
Yeah. A whole bunch of them like turn their heads. It's like one of those scenes where it's like everyone turns to Max. He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to draw attention." And then it's like, Valander nods with a smile. Yes. Some from the Clone Wars, others from long before it.
Well, if they're from the Clone Wars, they're practically brand new.
How old would that be from the Clone Wars?
3 to 7 years old.
Okay.
Not horrible.
Nope.
No.
It's just not great. I think Vaan's like sort of like going, yeah, like we're basically fodder because we're going in with whatever we have. He's just keeping that to himself. Like I'm just kind of like, okay. So basically, we don't have anything extra than what we have ourselves, correct?
You ask her that?
Yeah, I asked that. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a quick question because like Rebels and stuff still had like some kind of rudimentary armor, did they not? Like in the Star Wars canon.
I thought they did. Yeah.
What do you mean, Bob? Like what do you mean by rudimentary armor?
Like it was basic armor, right? It wasn't like Stormtrooper armor was considered pretty decent, not Beskar, right? But it was considered pretty decent. And like the Rebels had like some kind of a makeshift uniform that had armor on it to some degree, like blasters.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. You'd probably have to ask Mike that, but from like my understanding of it probably would depend on like where you were, because there was different Rebel cells all over the place, right? So like were they allied with the main people? Were like a side cell? Were they trapped? Were they off planet? Were they strapped? Like what time frame? Because I like the Rebels got better equipped as time went by, but.
And none of your guys' loadout came with armor, right? Of any sort, other than Paul's.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
That's right.
So yeah, maybe it's just not all that common outside of those that are like actual militants. That being said,
probably not.
These guys have like the equivalent of like a 1 pip of armor. You know what I mean? These rudimentary uniforms. So let me I'll check one thing real quick. Just gonna check Star Wars REUP. Let's see how armor is listed here. A lot of armor references are to like ships and vehicles more so.
Yeah.
I don't know how common, like unless you're a stormtrooper, like unless you're in the military, I don't know how common body armor would be, or or a bounty hunter or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not Mandalore or in the military, probably just.
That's true.
Yep.
Even lots of the bounty hunters
were
super armored up.
I was wondering if there were like different levels, but I can do a little bit more. It wouldn't be significant. It'd be like a 1 pip kind of thing, right? It wouldn't be if like Stormtrooper armor only does like one D of armor. Like, there's no way that basic armors would do more. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
hold your D6. I'm just looking at one more thing. I can't find anything. We're gonna assume no. Like,
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not that I want to die any faster, but legitimately,
You
that's
don't?
probably what it is. Yes.
You'll
Like,
be a
we're
quitter.
gonna die quick because we don't have armor, but yeah, I think especially in this particular faction, these people probably don't have any.
All right.
They definitely
Um,
seem pretty hard up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they definitely seem more the part of like the scavenging sort. You know what I mean? They definitely are.
Yeah, yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers. Versus some kind of super organized outfit. So yeah, when you ask that, you are presented, Griff, with it isn't stormtrooper armor either. It's clone trooper armor.
Yeah, yeah.
Slightly modified.
Which is what I'm
There's
used
some
to.
patchwork. Yeah. Yep. All right. So Valandra says, very well. If there are no questions, then we will call this briefing to an end. We start at 0800 tomorrow.
All right.
Sounds good.
And then she'll take a step back with her arms folded behind her back. And I think it's only fitting Kanol would probably look to you all and say, try not to die. I'd still like to get off this planet sometime soon.
Gee,
We'll
thanks.
do our best.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. I don't know where... So, I don't have her here, but JMO is also here, too. I don't know where she went. No big deal. But the old blind lady was also here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay. So that leaves you guys. People start dispersing, you know. Is there anyone you... I guess, you know, what we'll do is we're going to quickly pull a bunch of people out of here and soon people are dispersing. Are you guys exiting the area?
I don't know where would we even go at this point?
I guess we just go. Would we just go back to our room?
Our room where the floor just collapsed.
No, it collapsed outside our room. In all fairness,
The death hole.
Because where else are we gonna go? Like
The
we're not-
ominous death hole.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. We have nowhere to go, really.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to describe that stuff. I think so. Sabe, Tanra, and Typho start moving in this direction, and do Mike wander off because he's not here right now. Krex will be walking with you guys, so will Spectre for now, and that's kind of where we can pick up.
Well, Spec, any other tidbits you can tell us? What are we really walking into here?
I wish I knew. Signs.
You've never gone up against them?
Well, the thing is that if I understand it correctly, if the sources are true, there were codes sent out at the end of the Clone Wars to disable all the droid, various droid outposts. I don't know if something was jamming their ability to reach Rhen Var, or if someone overrode the controls, but the defenses seem activated still there. We've seen no sign of life from inside.
Fair enough.
How long you been watching it?
If I understand, they found me a couple weeks into their arrival here. As far as I'm aware, basically from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So well over a year now.
And no activity at all?
No.
Maybe no one's there then.
My
Yeah,
experience, that's almost never the case.
Well, there's certainly droids activated.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Spec.
Isn't there any way to shut them down? Like, are there automated defenses, or like can we sneak in?
Well, that's the intention tomorrow. We're going in through the back.
Yeah, so it's the intention is to sneak in tomorrow.
Yeah, but didn't that lady say there was supposed to be a decoy team? That's not sneaking in.
We're sneaking in. The decoy team is to distract the droids.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, it's honestly, it's probably the best plan. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Because our luck, I mean, you haven't seen any activity there, but like dollars to donuts, it's gonna happen. The minute we get there, we're gonna be like, oh, there they are.
And Spec says if there's one thing I can give the Seppies, it's they're pretty good with technology.
Okay.
Well.
All right. Well,
I'll see you all tomorrow then. He waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you in the AM, Spec.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right.
I'm not feeling super jazzed about this.
You say that, Mark?
Yeah, I am. I don't.
Yeah, I got an equal feeling about it too.
We're in a position where we're doing what we
will.
need to do to get off this rock.
Yeah, but we have to live long enough to get off of it.
That's the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Crix wanders over. He's always got that little bit more like stiff posture, and he's got his arms sort of folded in front of him, and he says, I do have a question for you, Mr. Pilot.
Mr. Pilot, it's Vaan.
Right. Is there
he'll smile and like I'm trying to do the best here, even though he's like literally just going like this sucks, all of it.
Crix says, before the Citadel, we had hired you to take us on our journey. Are you intending to honor that? Should we get off this frozen hellhole?
I most certainly expect to do that. Yes.
He nods.
Yeah. I if there's anything that I do, I honor my agreements. As soon as we can get out of here, we will pick up as normal. And I have a few things I want to do on my own as well.
He nods. I understand. Well then, I suppose I will see you after our objectives are seized tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to get some rest.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
That he'll probably head up this way, honestly. He was in the shared set of rooms.
Yeah.
That's probably the only place we have to go to as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, get some shut eye. Is there anything we want to talk about? I'll say that right now. Actually, are you guys? How you guys doing?
Well, I feel like we're walking into a death trap, but
That's fair.
we'll do the best. We'll do the best we can. And
Yeah, I don't think you're
make
alone.
good choices and don't take risks.
We're taking a risk by going.
Except for that one, and all of the other ones that we're going to take. But
I will take like a perception rule from you all. This is hearing, like I can't remember what that is, like passively hearing stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think it'd probably just be perception.
Yeah, I think so.
It'll just be perception, yeah. Wow, that's really bad.
Yeah, it is.
Ben, your mind's on other things.
Yeah, I'm totally distracted.
I think Griff and Max, you both hear the sound of like humming coming from the northern corridor, and you turn to see the Kaminoan wandering down the hall, kind of nonchalantly. They have like the equivalent of like a computer tablet in front of them. They're punching things into it as they move slowly.
No, that's the long-necked person, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they're right here.
What do I even know? Yeah, I know I can see them, but like, what do I even know about that person?
That
Or
person?
saying, yeah, like, what do I like? I mean, that, like, what do I even know? Like, they were in the prison with us, right?
Yes.
And we escaped, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, everyone had different sets of knowledges from the start of the game.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote those out for you. So like, it'll depend on who you are based on what you know.
Yeah.
So some people had different links to different like NPCs and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to know do you want to test to know if you know about the race? The Kaminoans?
I'm pretty sure I've already done that.
Okay.
I'm just looking at some stuff. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. Like, I think for Max, the character kind of just wigs me out a bit.
Yeah. More recently, you know that she was, at least as of when you left the ship originally, the crashed ship, she was tending to the.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to. Is she coming our way?
Tortured one. Kind of in a nonchalant way. She's like wandering down, almost like past you. Like, isn't even aware you're there. Just typing away on the computer.
Okay. I wanna ask her about how that guy is doing. The tortured guy.
She kind of looks up as you approach her.
Hello.
She
That was
smiles.
fantastic.
Can I help you?
How's he doing?
Our patient?
Yes.
He's in stable condition.
Is he awake?
Not often. He's in and out of sleep. And when he is awake, he isn't entirely aware of his surroundings. There seems to be some intense psychological trauma, rather.
Well, he was tortured a lot.
This is true. The strange thing is, aside from a few minor scars and bumps and bruises, there's very little signs of any sort of physical injury. seems whatever method they used for torturing him was applied directly to the brain.
How close was he, Bob? I can't remember. How close was he to me in my prison cell? Like from where I was, how close was he to me?
He was... You were near the far end, if I remember correctly, right?
I'm trying to remember. There was a guy right across from me, but I can't remember who it was.
He was not right across. He was at the very end. So at the very end, there was a single cell, and he was. So you were pretty close to him then, basically.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Because I think I was able to see him go by every once in a while or something like that. I can't remember.
I got the map here, so I can kind of show you. So here let's configure this so everyone can see. Can you all see actually?
I can see the map. It's dark, but I can see it.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
No.
Can you
Yeah.
see it all?
Now all the
Oh, yeah.
doors and stuff are open.
Yeah. So he was here.
Bob's like, surprise! You guys all wake up. You're still in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a psychological.
Oh, so he was
horror
actually
movie.
really close to Flint.
He was.
Yeah.
I was right here. Yeah.
Yeah. But when he was dragged in and out, the idea was he got dragged past your whole group.
That's right.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna pipe up. Bob just asked Kamino, and I'm like, when she said that the torture was applied directly to the brain or whatever, I'm gonna say like, have you heard of that happening before? Like any sort of, like, has that happened in your experience? You know what that is? Have you seen it before?
She shakes her head. I've seen experiments performed on species. I suppose it could be similar. She says this, Paul. Paul, my friend, you're right here. How do you feel about this experiment species coming from a Kaminoan?
I don't like it much at all.
Yeah.
My feelings about the Kaminoans are not great.
Yeah. And so she just mentioned that she's seen similar type of things performed on quote species. So anyways, with that, she says, "Is there anything else?"
No.
Any words of advice for us tomorrow while we go to our certain demise?
Oh, are you going?
Yeah.
I see. What about Kanol Navar? Is he going?
Yeah, he's going to be piloting. He's going to be on the ship. He's dropping us off, and then we're going to be picking us back up.
She nods. I see. I suppose my advice would be there's very little glory in death.
In my head, I'm like, thanks, Chips. Like, that was great.
With that, she says, if you'd like to see the patient, he's just up the hall to your left.
Yeah,
I'm
can't hurt.
gonna go see him.
All right.
I was just reading about the Kaminoans a bit. Okay.
Right, so you guys.
Okay, let's go see him. Yep.
She said up to the left?
Yeah.
Okay. See if I can do this. Zzz, up, left.
Up and to the left.
Hey, there he is. She's like, idiots, you're trapped.
Like to see you get out of that. There was no door. Oh yeah, right.
So is he hooked up to like, a whole bunch of bells and whistles kind of thing, or does it?
Yeah, it's definitely more makeshift. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, this isn't the best tech, right? But it's it's still compared to our version of technology. It's significantly better. It's no back to tank, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
He's just laying there.
Does he look conscious, Bob? Like, does he look awake?
No, he's got his eyes closed, arms are rested at his side.
And he doesn't look awake. Okay. So I'll look at Max. I'm like, he looks like he's sleeping or.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do something.
I was like, I'm just gonna pull out this knife here real quick.
Don't worry, this is gonna help him. No, I don't see how that will help at all.
All right,
Bob,
Mark. What does your role mean?
I could sense him before.
Mm-hmm.
Can I still, like, how would I do? I do, like, so I know that something is up, but like he doesn't know, like Max doesn't know, like, oh, I'll just like do this and do that. He's had zero training, like none. He doesn't even know anything. Like, it's all reflex at this point, and then sometimes not even that. But like,
yeah,
I wanna, like, how would I, like, I have sense. It's just 1D, but like, would I just literally roll that? Like, I'm not even sure what I'm trying to do here. Like, I don't even have a goal in mind. I'm just trying to like
make a perception roll with plus 1D on it.
Perception roll with 1 bonus dice. I'll just say 10. That's good enough. Whoops. Oh,
like 1-0, same thing.
Like 3,000 bonus dice. Weird. I got a really high score.
3,000.
I don't know why. Oh yeah, 5. That's right.
You, not understanding the Force, not understanding
at all.
Really, yeah, your own powers. You reach out, and
he's dead.
You instinctively kind of take like a half step forward as you do so.
Okay.
And as you do, he sits straight up out of nowhere like the Undertaker and grabs your wrist. And he looks you dead in the eye and he says, "He's coming. He's coming. We need to go. We need to go." And then all his monitors start going haywire and he starts convulsing and he falls back on the bed.
Nice going, Max.
Well, I don't need therapy. That's fine.
Max has a strange puddle underneath him for me.
I dropped my root beer. You're like, you didn't have a drink till we came in.
I dropped my root beer. I dropped my root beer. You didn't have a drink, and they don't have root beer here. No, I had some.
I'm gonna take a step back, like, or several steps. Like, I'm kind of just stunned. I don't know what to do or say.
Bob, does it sound like... I'm trying to remember now, but didn't somebody else say he's coming? Didn't we get in a vision, or I can't remember how that went.
Like it was related to the whole.
Yeah, to the whole. Yeah, exactly.
Like, didn't Mark have a vision about that?
I think Max had a vision of what happened down there. Not, I mean, I saw someone like coming out of the hole.
Yeah, I thought it was like, and
if that's what you mean,
like someone was coming. For Vaan, he's like trying to put that two together. Like, has this guy seen something too?
Yeah, I don't think you guys know if they're linked, but it'd be a fair conclusion. I don't see.
Well, that's what Vaan.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure that's not.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll say that actually. I'll be like, you don't suppose this has anything to do with the hole, do you? Are they talking about
Almost
something like
certainly.
that? Some guy coming?
I'm not saying anything.
I'd be surprised if they weren't connected.
Well, fuck. I'm like, now he's just like, now I'm just, this place is just giving me the creeps.
Are the alarms and bells and whistles and stuff still going off, Bob?
Yeah, it's not overall, because this isn't a hospital, right? It's his own
Okay.
his personal monitors are going haywire. But they do seem to be, he seems to be regulating from his seat, what almost seems like a seizure, could have been cardiac arrest, but isn't. He seems to be kind of coming out of whatever that convulsing was, and everything seems to be normalizing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough. Make sure he doesn't die randomly. I would kind of feel slightly responsible, being that I'm fully responsible for it.
I feel slightly responsible, being a fully responsible.
I feel a little bit responsible, even though I'm 100% responsible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else I would say. I'm just gonna kind of. I don't know. Like I don't like this place.
Anyways, I feel like we should just go get some sleep.
Yeah, I guess so.
The more we snoop around here, the more we're going to hear things we don't want to hear.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, but like, are we gonna take him with us?
This guy?
On the assault? No.
No. Later on when we leave.
Yeah.
Is everything okay? The Kaminoan says.
Oh, she's right lower.
Yeah.
You tell us.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, no, of course not. Nothing's okay in this place.
She kind of just slowly, very calmly walks by the three of you. With a curious look on her eye, she peers in. Might I ask what happened with him?
I'm gonna
He
look at
bolted
you
up.
two and say nothing.
He bolted up and said he's coming. It was quite ominous and obviously filled with quite a bit of terror.
He seems to live in perpetual fear. I will make note of this.
What? I wonder why that would be.
She doesn't
Can't be-
seem like terribly worried. She's just observing everything, it seems like. And with that, as you guys exit, like the door will auto close on its own.
She reminds me of not my Dave's character. Who's just like,
Right?
Who's like very, very
Yeah, they can be really cold scientists.
yeah, very, very like just withdrawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't like this place. I'm heading back to the rooms. Bye.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, agreed.
You guys are sleeping in the room?
I don't know where we're supposed to be sleeping. Like wherever we have actual quarters though, right?
Yep.
Like that we've been assigned to us or whatever. Yeah, I can't remember where
Even
they
if
are.
there's quarters further away from the hole, I'll definitely sleep on a cot there.
Yeah, they'd be happy to accommodate you either here, or here. To get into too much detail.
Who is that?
That's Sirena. That's Paul's daughter.
Let's go there then. Oops.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because she's already there, and she's kind of like part of our. She's kind of like part of our group. So. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Mark, you have to be on the bed.
All right, Paul. So you're gonna
I
want
didn't go to the bed. Oh no, I didn't. I'm sorry.
You're gonna want to set your you
Better.
gotta get everyone to the bed for it to auto sleep so you can wake up the next
Yeah,
day.
we have to autosave.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple things, but Paul, make sure your sheet has your armor re-added to it.
I did, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. And I think you all had blaster rifles from the last time. Mark, what are you
Yep.
gonna equip
Yeah.
yourself with? Are you gonna
He's got a
stay
few-
with a pistol and stuff?
Probably like a
Got a
pen
few
and
rocks.
paper.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything. Like I can use a blaster, like a blaster pistol. So that'd probably be I think I have something down for inventory. Yeah, I have a blaster pistol I can't remember where we picked it up. It's just a 3D blaster pistol. So like I would probably be using that still.
Okay.
Or I would
Probably.
continue to use that rather.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm not comfortable with a with an actual blaster rifle. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna quickly, because you're going back to sleep. We're gonna give Max another perception roll.
You just had an aneurysm in your brain and you're slowly bleeding to death internally. Roll.
Yeah.
Okay, you want another perception roll?
Yeah.
Or a perception rather? Am I doing anything with this or just straight perception?
Just straight perception this time.
Okay. Oh, it's decent. Especially because it's 4D.
Mm-hmm.
40.
You have dreams again.
Oh, great.
This time,
Hell, who needs to sleep
this
anyway?
time it ends in the morning when like it's like all these different flashes. Like you're struggling to really make sense of it, but it's almost like you see several figures in like robes, very similar to the way a lot of Jedi would have been described. And you see the hillside that you're looking at right now for Rhen Var, but it's like the one you guys walked up. It's like that exact hillside, but
Okay.
but it was green and lush.
So it's basically the same setting, except like there's obviously like an atmosphere, and it's not a
Yep.
terrible death hole. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And
It's not a terrible death hole.
Yeah. You kind of you see through the perspective of one person, and you see from a couple of the figures in front of you, you see that they have something swinging at their sides, and you kind of recognize that seems to be those lightsabers that they carry.
Those laser swords I've heard so much about.
Indeed.
Okay.
So eventually, your dream ends up viewing them as they enter what looks like some sort of temple, and as they enter, you see.
Just 1 second, Bob. If I recognize, because I recognize like kind of where we are from the outside, except there's trees and stuff like that. So where would the temple be in relationship to kind of like how we walked into our base? Like if I were to go outside and look back, would I be able to kind of like place it in my mind where the temple could have been standing, or is it kind of like one of those dreamy things where suddenly you're somewhere else and like that kind of thing?
You're not fully sure, but you could definitely investigate. Like you'd probably have to go outside to kind of get a better lay of the land.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
But as the Jedi enter, you see one crimson blade ignite from the shadow, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then like you come out of your dream. Yeah.
Okay, so does it appear like it basically like an ambush kind of thing?
Yep, or an unwanted encounter, at least at the very least.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, but they're not supposed to. Okay, gotcha.
And then you wake up and you're like the first up, but it's like you're pretty sure it's really hard to tell if it's morning, but you feel very well rested when you wake up.
Oh, I feel well rested.
Yeah, because you.
Oh.
Remember, this is more of a dream than a nightmare, right? Like the way this.
Oh,
is set up.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
You had that little
So it's
flash
not-
of a nightmare at the end, but like you woke up from it. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
some
Is
market
anyone
change.
else? Yeah. Is anyone else awake when I wake up?
I feel like Griff, being a military guy, is probably already awake. Is that fair?
I'm just sitting in my armor on the side of the bed, just
Yeah.
kind of looking at my hands.
Getting used to the feeling again?
Yeah, that's 100% right.
Second set of
Feels
skin
like
for you.
feels like putting on an old skin.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do much. Like if I'll just kind of sit there as well, or whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And Mark,
if I notice that you're awake, then I'll be like, "Sweet dreams, kid."
Not so much.
They don't get better.
Yeah, well, that's reassuring.
now for you, Mark, you would remember like seeing troopers as a kid.
Good or bad?
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have seen clone troopers aside from probably like the news equivalent, which would have been bad. But you had personal bad
Okay.
experiences with stormtroopers before you left.
Yeah. So what would be my general? I don't know. What, like,
you can leave it as is. They would have been the equivalent of like the last planet you're on, Raxus, was occupied by the Empire at the end. Given that you were a downtrodden folk in that area, external authorities would. I couldn't imagine you loving it. You know what I mean?
No, I can't imagine me loving it either. Yeah.
They were probably a major threat. But as far as the clone troopers, it's like you would note that the armor looks a little bit different than the stormtrooper armor.
Okay.
But similar enough.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'd make any comment after like our brief exchange kind of thing. I would just be, excuse me. Yeah, that's it.
I'll say, like I said last night, kid. You just make the best decisions you could make and try not to take stupid risks.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel better. We're already taking way too many risks.
Stick with me. We'll make it through this.
All right, guys.
So.
So here's my dilemma. Because we got off to a little bit of a late start tonight. We only have 40 minutes. And I can't see us doing the whole raid in 40 minutes. So
yeah.
Do we want to call this one early? Pause it here. The next session we'll have... Dave will get to play his character a little bit, but he can also play one of the NPCs that's in the invasion party with you guys, the infiltration party with you guys. And then it would be easy enough to have Mike be along for the ride, because we didn't really commit his character to anything. So we can have him at either place. Does that work for you guys? I hate to call it short.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I kind of wanted to get into it, but we can.
Me too, but I'd hate to pause it. That's the only thing. You know what I mean?
Inevitably, we'll get to the finish part, and then we'll just be like, "Okay, time to call it, guys."
yeah, we can. We can stop it if people want to.
Okay. What we'll do is
we just got to be foot on the gas as soon as we get in.
Right. We'll get in early next time. I mean, we'll have 2 hours, so we'll have plenty of time next time. But what we're gonna do as we dive in next time, you guys are literally gonna be like, here, I'll even show you so we can just start at the right spot. So, actually, we can play this a little bit. There's a little bit of narration we can do. You guys will the next day. You'll end up in. Do you remember how there was the bigger ship and the smaller ship in the hangar bay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Your group and what's her name? Valandra and Kanol are boarding that ship.
Okay.
You guys are in the back hatch, basically ready to jump out at the right point. As you're walking by Max, you notice that Valandra seems to be eyeing you. In
what way?
Like, It's hard to say exactly. She just seems to be keeping an eye on you as you kind of walk by her onto the ship.
Okay, I'll just, I don't know.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm just like, I have nothing really to say. I don't like this place. I don't trust these people. Like, I think we're walking into I think we're taking a stupid risk. You know, and I don't think they actually know what we're walking into, so we're walking in blind. Because so the way I grew up on the street, like I didn't take stupid risks, because when you take stupid risks, you die. So like I don't like any of this, because all of it just seems off to me. It just seems like it's just dumb. But like Paul's character was saying, though, like we unfortunately are kind of screwed, and we have to do this because we have to get off this place. But like I don't like any of this stuff, and so I'm just like, I'll say maybe like even though she does it, I don't really notice it a terrible much, just because I'm preoccupied with getting doing this thing that we're doing, and plus like that crazy the random dream I had last night.
As you kind of continue on past her, you hear her voice say from behind you. She says, "Do you ever miss Raxus?"
Now, do I have any reason? Do I have any reason to like? Does she have any reason to know why, like that I was from there?
Nope.
I'll stop.
That's wonderful.
I'll stop and kind of look at her. Here, actually, wait a minute. Let me do this. So I'll ask her. I'll say, "How'd you know it's from Rex's?"
She smiles. "You are that boy."
What boy?
The chosen one.
You don't remember me?
I'm a boy from Rex's. There's a lot of them there.
Yeah. Not everyone steals from me, though.
Oh, goody.
Oh, it depends.
Who's around right now, Bob? Are we all kind of within earshot?
You could do like a perception roll. I think everyone kind of walked by, and I think Max is just walking by.
I'll do one, because I'd be interested in that, in hearing that.
Do I recognize her at all, Bob, in any way?
Do you remember how I told you the last time you're like, people like her, you're getting a bad sense?
Yes.
You're starting to kind of go, maybe I had an encounter with her at some point, but whatever it was, it would have been insignificant for you. Like if you stole from someone and got away with it, they're just another mark, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Just another face in the crowd, but one you probably would have had some reservation against. Maybe you didn't steal from her directly. You're not even sure. You just know that, you had that bad feeling about her. That was sort of like, it didn't seem like the type of bad feeling you get from the Force. You know what I mean? This is more like a, I know her type, right? Is kind of how we described it last time.
Rather than her specifically, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Flint, you would have kind of overheard that. You would have been further away, but you stop at the door and turn around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that I'm there, because things get a little heated. I'm from that same street lifestyle, so I get that, and I'm just gonna look out for them. Also, I'll hang around.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, you're probably thinking of someone else.
It's fair. We all have new lives after the war.
And you speak for yourself.
I'll pipe up and go, well, didn't say better.
Yeah, indeed.
I'll keep going.
Okay. All right, and then with that, the ship will fire up. This is the hangar. You realize is kind of, you get in here and kind of scope it out in a little more detail. You see that the shaft kind of goes all the way up to the top of the mountain, where there's like a hatch that opens up. So it's like, to fly out of here, you're flying upward, like you're propelling upward till you fly fly out.
Just going straight up and out. Okay.
Yeah, straight up and out versus like what would be like a fighter jet or a starfighter. Like,
So are we actually leaving now, Bob? Like, I mean, I know we're not proceeding any much farther with this, but like, if we leave,
yeah,
I'm kind of preoccupied with that vision that I had, and I want to see if I can kind of look down and place like the same place, like where was the temple, where was like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if I can successfully or not, but I want to try.
Yep. Let's see. What would we do for that? What do you guys? Any recommendations for like a surveying equivalent? For like a what would we even call that?
Well, what's the here?
What are you trying?
Investigate.
Say it again, Mark. What do you?
Maybe search.
I would say
No.
I would say that too. Investigation.
Oh, sorry, that's sneak. Well, sorry, I clicked on the last one. Let me take a look at search. The skill is used when the character is trying to spot hidden objects or individuals. So, I mean,
Well, it's not exact. I'm just thinking like the closest thing.
Search or
the
investigation.
searching character makes an imposed roll against the character. If the object hasn't been hidden, the character simply makes a roll against the difficulty. The skills also need to spot characters.
I think it might actually be more investigation, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm looking at the description here. Is a character's ability to find and gather information regarding someone else's activities and then draw a conclusion about what the target has done or where she has gone. Investigation is useful for finding out about the target's ship reservations, following them to the place. Blah 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 blah. It looks like investigation is like specifically around investigating a person's behavior and like what they're doing and like following them and kind of deducing stuff like that.
There probably won't be a perfect combination. I think I would.
Yeah,
accept
it doesn't matter
search
anyway.
Or investigation. Yeah.
Well, I have them both, so I'll roll search. Not terrible. A superior success.
Yeah. So as you're kind of looking at it from this aerial point of view, you realize that probably with accumulated snowfall and ice and stuff, the probably the ground you're walking on is not the ground that you would have seen in that vision, right? It probably
okay, gotcha.
Quite a bit down. As far as the hill they walked up though too, you also get a sense that the hill looks even larger than in that vision.
Okay.
So probably lower than. Remember, you had to walk into the mountain to get into this hangar base here, right? So probably somewhere within that mountain, probably further underneath where you've been, perhaps underneath the sinkhole.
Yeah, that's exactly where my brain just went. Is like that's where the so the temple is now under the mountain, like under this mountain, or somehow under the rock or the ice or whatever, right?
Be fairly safe to assume, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And I never saw anything after that, right? Like after all the blades and stuff came out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what happened. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I can probably make a decent guess, but okay. All right.
All right. And then I will kind of show you guys. So you guys travel. It's not actually very far. It's just like over the mountain and maybe a couple of miles away. You end up descending. There are orders called as the teams get into formation, and you guys end up staying out of the radius. Well, the team one mobilizes, or whatever team, the
decoy team,
team decoy ends up in the or calling across the orders that they're in position, and then once that's called, about 2 minutes later, you feel yourselves descending quickly, and we'll just kind of set you guys off as you land and head out, and that's where we'll pause here. Let me just do that.
Yeah, it's good because then we're ready to go when.
Yeah.
For next time.
Let me just show you guys what you're looking at here. Do you see this?
You see the
Yes.
spaceship surrounded by a red barrier of sorts.
Warning platform, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So you land on what looks like a small landing platform, and just up ahead is this military base or this base of some sort. Anyways, so this fortress, whatever it is.
No, I'm gonna run back onto the ship.
I'm gonna run and jump off the edge.
Yeah.
Just to your death instantly.
Cool, guys. Well, I will. Yeah.
Now we're ready.
We are ready for next time.